What's going on? It's Trending Story. If it's your first time here and you want to find out new facts that will definitely make you smarter and more well informed, make sure to subscribe and active the notifications bell so you don't miss anything.
We love our pets because they know us. They can feel us. Like when you come home after a bad day, and before you can drop your bags, your pup comes running up to you, tail wagging and nose sniffing. Or when you receive good news on the phone and your cat picks up on your vibes, so she headbutts your hand, purring and wants to play. The fact that they could read our emotions is one of the many reasons pets are so lovable, in this case, able to save a life. There is no denying that one of your dog's most defining traits is their loyalty. This loyalty can be overwhelming and humbling, and has often been cited as an example of what human beings can learn from dogs. But life lessons aside, where does your dog's loyalty come from? Yes, you feed them and play with them and have your own deep sense of love for them, but does that fully explain the depth of emotion they hold for you? A dog is being hailed as a hero for saving the life of her owner by smelling her breath while she slept. The loyal dog then stayed with her and checked on her until she fully recovered after eating an emergency chocolate bar, which she keeps by her bed. There's never a bad word said about a dog, is there? Unless it's shits on the lawn outside, but all in all, they're pretty fucking epic creatures. One kept an injured cyclist alive using its body warmth. Another helps collect plastic from the ocean. They're much better than humans, that's for sure. And this pet pooch is no different as it stuck by its owner's side when she collapsed in the street and frantically rallied around, even helping to push the stretcher out of the ambulance. If there is a creature that in this world is loyal, noble, and faithful, it is the dog. Many people think that a dog is loyal to his owner due to the fact that they depend on him to feed themselves. The truth is that the bond the dog forms with his human family goes beyond just food. In history, dogs are descendants of wolves, and these animals used to be in packs. This could be one reason why dogs have learned to get along with their families. Although it is not fully proven, what is the reason why dogs are loyal? What is proven is that they are. A loyal pup refused to leave its owner's side after she passed out on the street in North China. The woman suddenly fainted while walking her golden retriever in Daking City, and passers-by immediately alerted emergency services. Touched by the dog's persistence, paramedics at the scene made a special exception and allowed the pet to board the ambulance with the owner. In the city of Daking, Heilongjiang, China, a golden retriever was getting lots of love and attention for saving his owner after he sensed something was very wrong. The dog jumped into action and saved the day in the most adorable way possible. According to the Mail Online, the woman suddenly fainted while walking her golden retriever in Daking City in Heilongjiang, China, and passers-by immediately alerted emergency services. Touched by the dog's persistence, paramedics at the scene made a special exception and allowed the pet to board the ambulance with the owner. Oh, stop it now. Video footage of the incident, which happened on July 28th, shows the unnamed woman lying on the ground with the devoted pup right by her side. The dog was seen running in circles, distressed that its owner was not moving. It was also seen frantically clinging onto the stretcher, standing on its hind legs as its owner was pushed towards the waiting ambulance. The faithful pooch hopped onto the ambulance and watched over its owner like the guardian angel it is while they were both transported to Daking People's Hospital. When the pair arrived at the hospital, doctors let the loyal dog sit outside the treatment room. We can't take this for much longer. The Mail Online reported that as soon as the woman was conscious, the first thing that came out of her mouth was the name of her beloved pet. We're happy to know they feel the same way about each other. And like her true companion, the dog came dashing towards its owner, elated that she had recovered. The hospital's head nurse, Zhang Zhihong, told the paper, "When we saw the patient hugging her dog, we knew we did the right thing by allowing it to tag along." And fellow nurse, Yu Xingjing, said, "At first, we were afraid to approach the woman directly since the dog is a rather large one. However, while the dog was very protective of its owner, it did not show any signs of aggression towards us. When we approached the woman lying on the ground, the dog appeared to be happy that we were there to help its owner. Dr. Shao, one of the doctors who showed up, says, Under normal circumstances, we do not allow pets into ambulances. However, we could tell that the dog really cared for its master and would help her keep conscious, so we decided to make an exception. Notice how the dog refuses to go elsewhere. The pup goes along for every second of the ride, never leaving his owner's personal space. The patient remains unnamed, but once she was clear-headed, she was very happy to be reunited with her pet. When we saw the patient hug the dog as soon as she woke up, we knew we did the right thing by bringing him along, said Zhang Zhihong, the hospital's head nurse, to South China Morning Post. Of course, under normal circumstances, dogs aren't allowed into the hospital, but this was not normal circumstances. This woman needed her dog. Basically, while all pets are deserving of love and care, some give it back a little more than others. He isn't specially trained as a service dog, but had the innate instinct to protect his friend and saved her a potentially costly given there in the U.S. trip to A&E. The simplest explanation for your dog's loyalty is that you give them food and shelter. Your dog is grateful to you for the essentials of life that you provide, and so is loyal to you. There is a scientific basis for this. Domestic dogs are descended from wolves, which man once took in and tamed with shelter and food in return for them acting as guard dogs. This reciprocal relationship remains in your dog's genes, and their loyalty is a byproduct of it. Of course, this would mean that loyal dogs adore anyone who feeds them. This is also largely true, as dogs do tend to grow more attached to the family member that gives them their food, but it is not the only explanation. They were right. Not only do dogs react more strongly to the scent of their owners, but the part of the brain associated with enjoyment and positive emotions lit up when they were given their owner's scent. Your loyal dog does recognize you. The same patterns in humans would usually be associated with love. Sometimes you may need to encourage a loyal dog to be more independent. If your dog has grown too attached to you and is now more distant from other members of your family, this may cause a problem, especially if your dog has taken to growling when they believe you are in danger or are not being treated properly. Such loyalty can also mean your dog is too attached to you and will grow stressed if you are out of their sight. This is not healthy, and your dog should be able to feel like they belong to all members of your family. Take steps to try and correct this as soon as possible by ensuring that everyone is involved with their care. It will lead to a happier dog and home. Sheer loyalty. That was how one dog saved the life of its owner buried in rubble after the quake. For more than 90 hours, the canine stood guard over the spot where the 73-year-old woman was buried, Xinhua reported on Sunday. A day earlier, about 60 soldiers had been digging for quake survivors in the village of Zhijiazhanzi in Sichuan province when they heard that a victim had been rescued out of nearby debris. Medical workers rushed up the mountain to see several soldiers carrying an elderly woman in a stretcher. She was not injured, but was weak and unable to speak. As her health condition was being assessed, a villager told relief workers of another woman who was buried about 50 meters away. After going through debris for half an hour, soldiers came across a collapsed shed. A small dog sat in front of the damaged structure, getting agitated as rescuers approached. As the animal barked, rescuers realized that the quake victim must be close by. One soldier shouted that if anyone was around, the person should knock on the wall. Thumping penetrated through the layers of rubble. Mo Bangli, aged 73 and suffering from rheumatism, could not escape with the rest of her family when they ran from the quake. Her son and daughter-in-law were unable to extract her from the flattened shed and had to leave her there to find help. We need these idols in our life. Share this touching story if you care about dogs and pets.
Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks. We'll be right back to you as fast as we can.